Santa Fe 3417 is one of 50 3400 class Pacific 462 locomotives built for the Santa Fe by the Baldwin Locomotive Works between 1919 and 1924. This locomotive was retired in 1954 and donated to the city of Cleburne in 1955. Designed by John Purcell, who became the Atchison Topeka Santa Fe's head of motive power in 1912, the 3400s were the last Pacifics bought by the Santa Fe. The 3400s were built with 73-inch drivers, but from 1935 to 1941, the Santa Fe's Topeka shops rebuilt them as oil burners with 79-inch box drivers, new thicker main rods, and Alesco feedwater heaters. 3417 was built in 1919 and during its service life logged over 2 million miles. Its normal route was a regular passenger run between Cleburne, Texas and Purcell, Oklahoma, although there's evidence that it worked as far afield as Chicago, Illinois. During World War II, it hauled military troop trains over the high passes of the San Gabriel Mountains in California. It was acquired by the Fort Worth and Western in 1990, but was never moved and later returned to the city. It was abated of its asbestos later in the 1990s. It was then that it lost its sand dome, its air tank, its air pump, feed water pump, number boards, and jacketing. The contractor threw them away. They were saved by a private individual who brought them to his house. That individual passed away last month, leaving the part's future in doubt. The engine was repainted a few years ago, and this iron fence and historic marker placed nearby. There was also talk of restoring 3417 to operation around 2000, but this was not practical. It would have taken roughly $1 million to restore it. They assumed that it could operate on the Fort Worth and Western line between Cleburne and Crescent, but there's no guarantee that the railroad would have said yes. There are no facilities along the line to shelter and service it. Finally, in this regulatory era, a steam locomotive must be pulled from service, torn down, and inspected after every 1472 hours of service, an expensive process. There was no guarantee there'd be enough people buying tickets to ride along such a boring stretch of line to pay for the overhaul each time. Its sister engine in Kansas is currently down for that very overhaul. A great time to see 3417 is in December, when it is lit up along with the rest of Cleburne's Hulen Park as part of the Whistle Stop Christmas celebration. Finally, most of my videos include model trains. So here's an HO scale paper model of 3417. Notice the engineer's wearing a Santa suit. To learn why, stop by the Cleburne Railroad Museum on Main Street in downtown Cleburne. And during the month of December, check out the Walls Winter Wonderland, the largest holiday train exhibit this end of the DFW Metroplex. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and like.